You never wonder what happens when you get a collection of people who actually do jobs and actually work themselves to go, well, we get to find out that his love day goals were definitely ruined. The person he was trying to chat up and get the attention of decided that work is their thing for the day. So he gets to spend his day alone and doing whatever he feels like. And of course, he bakes himself a cake. A depression cake, but a cake nonetheless. Jericho here. Somehow, in the whole process, the fridge also decides it wants to break, which I did not notice for a while. But you know, cake important, fridge not. So, time to get to work on getting some more books done so he can keep his money flow at least semi-reasonable. That nice 20,000 in the bills is not great. But the good news is, he's well enough known author, he does outcompete it. But this cake takes its sweet time to keep cooking. And he doesn't even bother to take a slice before he wanders off onto me, so he ends up really irritating himself to nothing. Or I think this one might he actually... No, yeah. I think he goes to harass more random people that are nearby, so I force this man to go eat instead of talk. And we see the strew of promotions from all the NPCs we've been shoving in the job. The crew be making absolutely nothing. They make like $200 a day. I mean, it's free money, so whatever. And the lovely klepto keeps taking everything from work. Her pockets are full of everything she can possibly lift off. And as he eats his cake, he takes some nice attention to the maid. Not really talking to her quite yet. We'll get to that later. But for now, he goesn't. Paper jam. Turns out calling someone wasn't an idea. I didn't really think about it because she's not really handy skilled, so I don't know how she would fix it, but turns out calling a repairman, bad idea. Takes its sweet time to get anything done. And it's just on the long list of people who do stuff and fail at their job. Actually, most of them do fairly well, but it gets worse as it goes on later. Needless to say, like, kidnapping things and doing things is fun. Another one for the business meeting, and they complain about having to be at work. Which, no, you work and you hope that your work does fine. I need the money, and you don't get to leave for no reason. Performance loss or not, they need to be making money. Although some of them will refuse to actually do skill up things when I tell them to do skill up things. And eating a couple carrot cake slices, I mean, he eats like half the carrot cake for himself. I don't know how I didn't notice the damn fridge was broken, but the fridge was broken, and it did its thing while I waited. And we head off to go work on writing books, adding to the collection and the large amount of people that seem to bother him every time he starts writing books. And he wonders why he takes forever to write books. Promotions galore, though. Apparently they're skilled enough or hardworking enough to actually get promotions. At this point, I don't know which. And at this point, I don't care. More money is more money. He refuses to practically use his toilet every time I tell him to do stuff. But, once again, everyone bothers him while he's writing, so he can't get his actual writing done. Hitting the fast forward button just to make sure he gets farther ahead of it. Because we need a couple more books to make some good money. Of course, he immediately gives up writing the book in the case. I don't know what his plans were, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't realize bike riding's not a thing he can do. I probably also should have taken some of the dates up. And once again, starts writing his book, and, well, he starts writing his new book, and his son has to come and visit and bother him, which I think is the only part of his family that he has that's close enough to visit him, so we'll be surprised. Sending him to university was worth it. Unattentively, I forgot about Love Day, so that ended up failing. Granted, most people were working. And we are definitely going to have to find out a solution to these stupid things because they're like taking up a good chunk of my day to keep repairing. Much like my gardening, I keep forgetting about it. And it would be nice to actually remember to have something optional. Because gardening is free money. It turns out I could have been adding some upgrades to the planters out there to make them a little helpful. Not so much to the outdoor ones, but the indoor ones. Could have added some things, and I had never thought about that. Of course, I didn't think I would see very many that would do it. Skipping his workout for the day, instead he gets to repair and scavenge parts. Which is nice, except the parts you get from repairing these stupid things aren't parts that help repair this thing. Because I would love to add some upgrades, but you acquire things that aren't helpful for it. Seeing as it's a work day, we have to get ourselves all properly prepped up to go to work. Not that it really matters, he's plenty of it going. But we start shoving books into the sell point, and I realize the solar panels probably need to be fixed, because I believe some of them are bleeping at me. But he finishes putting his one thing in there and finishes up cake, and immediately heads to work. In which I get to watch him put the plate by his nice pond. You're lucky I didn't put fish in there. So we spend most of our day trying to force the Sims to actually, do some skill building, because they're needing a bunch of random skills, as he makes it home. And, celebrates his first time, and his future prospects of having a new kid. Because I figured he needs his legacy to continue on, and actually take care of this one. And hopefully better than Lunar, but he's off to college, so I can't say he's the worst. Don't know if he ever graduated or not, but details in the end. But once again, the stupid things need to be repaired. And at this point, I think I should just start paying other people to do it. And another dumb holiday comes up that we totally ignore. Now, the goal for the inspiration, I realize this dumb computer's still broken. And as many times as I've called someone to come and fix it, they just refuse to fix it. So, instead we salvage it. Finding out that we could salvage it over and over again was nice. We get this weird, it's like a llama dog picture, but it's a masterpiece, so it gets added to the wall. Got a cat with a top hat, but appears to be a dog with big long ears. I have no idea. Getting his workout, you can definitely start seeing the muscles bulge on this guy. Whew, he's a sexy beast with that muscle going. He's keeping himself fit and swole. Once again, some more job pops up, prompting more delusional things to go and fix. I don't believe the repairman I actually called. Oh look, I'm finally selling the fruits and vegetables. I need to get some more attention back into this. Unfortunately, he gets to have a lot of interactions with characters later that causes more trouble. But along to the short-term goal here is more masterpiece painting. Because once he gets enough of those, we can move to a new inspiration, which will be shortly and figuratively mushed away. A nice solar system picture masterpiece acquired. And I figured, hey, why not fix his fear of water? And let me tell you, this guy, he fears water a lot. A lot. He refuses to swim for long enough for it to matter. However, he will hang out at this pool a lot. He won't swim in it, but he will hang out next to it. Eats food, does talking to people, whatever. We had another painting to go for to complete that mastery inspiration, which I believe takes another 3 paintings to get through, or is it this one? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's this one that's the final piece he gets. Nope. It's the next one then. Can't remember which one actually is the masterpiece. I never really paid attention. They just pop up, and this man has a 4 out of 5 chance. He, for some reason, learns to be a ninja and disappears while he's doing it, and I have no idea why. Taking a picture of this nice scenery he's got plenty of. I figured table and chair set. Oh, so it's gonna... which, is a nice scenic look. Nice table set, chair, and a staircase in the back. Not the worst thing you can look at. Thankfully, the rest of the housemates decide to actually sleep for once. Seeing as Jericho doesn't have to sleep himself, at least he knows other people do. Ooh, I should probably work on getting the rest of that too. Just so we can stop eating all the time. But we're on the last, I think, 2 pictures before we get the masterpiece completed. And then we have to move on to a new goal once more, because some of these inspirations are easier than others. Easy would have been to get mastery into painting if this is all it took. Just standing around painting all day would be the easiest thing in the world. Of course, he actually makes a pretty nice picture out of all that. The ones that uses sceneries tend to actually be masterpieces almost every time. And once again, everyone has to harass him while he works. And we moved on to the final and last of the mastery pictures. Of course, this doctor position always seems to interfere. And the picture turns invisible. Don't know why he keeps telling jokes to people all the time. He also seemingly enjoys that other house for whatever reason, so he's there a lot. Joining everyone... oh! Someone called a meal. That's why you went over there. Rude. It's surprising how much food he keeps eating that other people cook, considering how picky he is. Noticeably, people seem to not want to fix things around here. But in a nigh instantaneous repair state, he can fix everything. Once again, all the neighbors in the area, he keep running by, and a prop pops up. For an AZ fame boost, but for some reason loses the job. Which, who wouldn't be surprised to lose the job for this? Looking at it, like you'd figured they'd come home. Turns out, no. They sit around and they forever. But dirty laundered money must be presented and dealt with. Because I am not joining in the mafia situation of having money upon money around the room. And not really thinking of it, it prompts that she lost her job. And he starts chilling out with all the random people in the area. Because why not add to the collection of friends he has in case he needs more? Which, at the rate they're going, they're aging well past that point. As always, we get curious on how well he can get physically intimate with people, but eh. Another person also adds another article on them, but this one didn't cost a job, so totally worth clicking the yes and no to. The fact that you can lose your job because of some of these prompts is sad, because now I had to go find her a new job. And to top it off, she toiled away her, she also jumped up really fast at the really high into her fame rating, because she immediately became a B-lister from her notability. Which is quite surprising. But she doesn't really do anything to be notable, so it's whatever. And it's very common fling for her to do things that could cost her job, which is really funny. And, thinking about it, I never really asked the maid about anything, so obviously his attention's turned to this lovely maid that's hanging around. Working his smooth moves over to add to his collection of family tree, which I probably should look at one of these days just to see the big listing that comes out. This guy has got to have plenty of family members around. And some of these people, I can't really tell how old exactly they would be in. Because some of them are adult, because you can't do anything like this after Elder State. But, losing his way in, another collection of work results, couple position upgrades, and off they go to explore some depths. And I find out for sure, she's definitely bearing children. Lucky for him, his potency is very efficient. Almost makes you wish to take the life thing that increases fertility by even more. Granted, he never has enough space. She's depressed about losing a job, so we jump right into a new job. And I figured, she seems like the type that would be great to keep as an instructioner, instead of keeping her teaching things, so teacher job it is. Get joined back in salary because she recently got fired from it, and apparently they don't have other salary jobs. Which is kind of funny, but, you know, not helpful because she was already gearing up for it. Finally makes it home, and I tell her to go do some jobbing around. And for the final masterpiece, he does this lovely winter freezing Rosa themed picture, I guess. Nice and prettied out in blue and gusted winds, just so he can finally complete it. From there, he gets to find a new lovely aspiration. Contemplatively, it makes it very hard to choose, because he can be musical, actor, and there's Master Maker, which is really tedious to do. I read that one with, no, I'm good. But how easy painting and writing is, that's kind of sad. So, choice of the day is go into Master Actor. Which sounds like a good idea until I get distracted from doing that. But, for now, because I'm not going to do the Master Maker based on how tedious that is, we move on to going acting. He spends a good chunk of his day staring at the mirror and acting. Which is funny because this mirror is like the most weirdly placed one. Probably should change it into a full-size mirror when I get to that eventually. Once again, she's back into doing mysterious things that could cost her job. Of course, this one doesn't even go and do it. And let me tell you, I am tired of her trying to do things that cost for fame over her actual job. She just moved up high enough to actually get a job, and it's on the bottom of the career ladder, so demotion means fired. Finally sorting out the problem of the day, we send him off to work. And still people bother him every 2 seconds over doing a job. Either way, with the future baby on the way, we're going to see this man get to enjoy himself. And this is surprisingly almost everyone at work. I didn't really plan to do much past that point, because why bother to even be concerned over it? But as the end of his couple days of reign goes through, future child into his source, and we get to the baby phase, which probably has the most adorable things I get to see ever. Because you find out how much of a baby-loving child he is. But, for now, I will see you next time. Or, those who make it this far really make it too, you can find me on Twitch. Every night for the most part. Some days are a struggle to bother with, but for now, bye-bye!